2 seasons. Don't worry, I'll wait. There was a shooting outside a funeral. 7-year-old girl and 2 other women were actually hit. And a lot of us sit there and be like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But this happens all the time within our community. And it's like, we prop up the ones that are doing it. These rappers, the gang members, the ones that are meant to be our cousins and so-called brothers. We're the ones that are talking about, well, go on killer, well, go on my driller, done, no, gang. And then we only want to address the problem when it actually becomes the problem, when it's knocking on your door, when your child's being stabbed. So I want to sit here and say the same thing that the police is sitting there saying. Does anyone know any information? We know who they are, we know what's going on, we know who the people are within our community, but we don't ever seem to fish it out, and we want to sit there all the time and try and say that we want to solve the problem. How can we solve the one problem if we're the ones that are actually creating it? Let me make that one make sense. How can we solve the problem where we're the ones that are actually creating it by not doing nothing about it, creating it by sitting there and watching your window, knowing there's crime activity is going on in your area. I don't want to be a snitch, but we're law-abiding citizens, and we want a safer place for our children to be able to feel safe when they're going out and about. No one don't respect the law anymore. No one don't respect parents anymore. These kids are running around freely, just running up and down, taking shots now, drive-bys, outside funerals. When are we going to say enough is enough? When are we going to look at this like we look at other things like the pandemic? When are we going to look at these things like national emergency? Because this is a national emergency when we're losing our young people to knife crime. My question that I want to ask everybody is, we know what's going on. We know who they are. The police can't solve the problem if we're not going to help them solve the problem. The police can't solve the problem when they're actually coming in there and the problem's already been done. The problem was already getting done 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years ago, when we should have been parenting better, when we should have had a better village, when we should have had a better understanding of saying, you know what, big man, come over here. You know, there's certain times when we've all have times in the day where we could have sat back and done more within our community. Yes, we've gone out raving. Yes, we believe we've got our own life and we can't tell people what to do with their own kids, but that compassion and humanity needs to come back within our community. We can't keep sitting there talking about knife crime, Black Lives Matter, but at the same time, black boys are dropping down every single day. Help me make it make sense. But what's you guys' thoughts? Comment below.
Shocking incident. People came here to attend a funeral, to be with friends and loved ones and mourn together. Instead, they were the victims of a senseless act of violence. We know it will have had a significant impact on communities across Camden, and we will have a visible police presence in the local area in the coming days and weeks to provide extra reassurance. And as your neighbourhood superintendent, I will assure that will be happening. I can promise that we are doing everything we can to identify and bring to justice those who are responsible for this attack. The investigation is being led by the Met's Specialist Crime Command. We have a significant number of specialist detectives and local officers working around the clock, but we also need the public's help. We want to hear from anyone who witnessed the incident or has information about it. Your information could be vitally important, no matter how insignificant you think it is. Please call the Metropolitan Police on 101 or Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111. Thank you very much.